Weighs a ton. I've not fished at all this weekend. I've had a lot of jobs to be getting on with, but I just fancied, I've been a good boy, I'm going to treat myself to a few hours this evening, hopefully catch a bream or two. That's the plan. See how we get on. We'll just go here. Some cows in the background. There's a boat just above me. But it's a good place, any. Let's just have a couple of hours here. Easy. And faithful. Right, very simple setup. I've got a loop to attach my hook length. This is twizzled for a few inches. Then I've got a double overhand knot with 2 number 8s, and then another little twizzle, another little knot. The swivel can go over that. It's just a little bit more of a bolt effect, but it can go over freely if it wants to. So there, it'll just set the hook a little bit there, which I sometimes do on the river. So that's it, but it is completely free running. I've just got an ounce bomb on at the moment. I'm going to lead around and just try and find a hole in the weed. So let's just have a little lead around. It's very shallow, so a very shallow bit of river. See, that's straight in the weed. There should be a channel, I'm hoping, down the middle somewhere. Just spend a bit of time leading her out. See all that weed? That's the wrong sort as well, you don't want that stuff on there. Let's just try and find a spot. Easier said than done. Not quite so far across then. Didn't even get a proper drop back then. It might just be a case of chucking in the weed and hoping. Let's try a little bit higher up. Get like a 1.5, 2 second count. Yeah, not good. That's the problem with fishing the Thames at this time of year, and it's why I've got really strong 10-pound line on. Well, that was a nice dunk. But it's not dragging smoothly. It was the nicest dunk, but not a sign of a clear patch. It's about there. Oh no, we're going to lose everything. We might have to go to the next bit down after all that. Let's try a little bit closer then. See, that was a nicer dunk. Oh, and I managed to drag it a little bit. Yeah, okay, maybe just coming a bit closer will be the answer. How are we going to fish this, boys and girls? Weed, weed, weed. So that was probably the best we've had. Let's clip that up because I haven't reeled it in. We've led around that area. Oh wow, that felt clear. So that dunked down nice, and a drag. All right, we've got a 2 metre drag before we hit the weed. So basically, as soon as we hook one, we got to stand up and hope for the best. That's all weed there. I can actually see that there, and there's a boat above me, stopping me going any further. Let's just hope for the best. It's very shallow and very weedy, which is what you expect at Medley. I think I found a sort of 2 metre hole, I think. We'll only know once we put a hook on, but we'll see. We'll give it 45 minutes, and if we keep getting stuck, we'll go a lot further upstream. But I think it's going to be the same all the way through, unfortunately. But that's summer river fishing on the Thames. This bit's very weedy. It is full of fish, but that's why I've got really strong gear. Let's see if we can catch a fish in the weed. The reason my rucksack weighed so much is this bag here. I think actually looking at it, a big 30 gram, that's what we want, nothing heavier. I've got them up to 60 gram with me because I wasn't sure where exactly I'd be fishing. But yeah, just a lightish, large light 30 gram, and we'll pop a bit of pudding in. All I'm going to pop in a nice mixture of halibut pellets, all different sizes, 2, 3, 4 and 6 mils, and then my 50/50. So we'll just plug it with that. I do like open end feeders, but for this, definitely a nice cage just for it to explode. And we wanted to go about there, didn't we? Yeah, that dunked down nice. We'll just empty a couple of feeders. It's on the dry side. I might dampen it up a little bit. Plenty of pellets. Plugged either side. We could look a barbel, could look a carp. My mate had a big carp out of this bit. Stu, I took a photo of it. I don't know if I've still got it, but I photographed it. He had a right battle with it in the weed, but he got it out. I don't know, was it about 18 pounds? Something like that. Something like that. Let's put 4 in and then we'll pop a hook length on. By the time we've done that, we'll be in business. Like I say, plenty of pellets. They're massive bream in here. They're like 3 to 6 pounds. So you need to hold them and stop them. One last cast, even when I'm feeding. Put 5 of them in. And I'm just going to fish a banded pellet. I have got some casters and some worms, but I just fancy trying to catch on more summery baits or big fishy baits, specimen-y baits, especially with the crayfish situation. There's lots of dace and bleak and things in here, so yeah, let's try and catch on something a bit different. I've done these up myself already. Got a nice braid hook length, which again should give me a bit of a pulling power. It's a 16, but it's more like a 14, like a extra strong specimen hook and a band and a 016 braid, so a nice strong braid. I tend to tie them 1 metre long and chop them down to suit, so I'm going to make it a bit shorter because of the weed, really. But hopefully we should be able to, this should pull through the weed nicely compared to mono. That's my thinking. So what should we pop on? These are old, really old sonar baits, 8mm halibuts. We'll pop an 8mm on. We'll swap between an 8 and a 6. Yeah, let's pop an 8 on for to start with. And I'm gonna, should we stick with that feeder, that big one? Yeah, we'll stick with that to begin with, and then we'll probably put a smaller one on, which might not get caught up in the weeds so much. So one last plug like that, and we're rocking and rolling. Like I say, if there are any bream about, I want to stop them in the tracks. Boom. Like I say, I'm clipped up because I just need to be pretty accurate today. There's no need to feed a bow out because it's so, well, it's not flowing. So, where's my bite bottle? Let's have a little swig. I think subsequent casts will probably put a little 30g on. I've got one. There's a smaller 30g. I might have an even smaller one. Not quite so much bait, but it's still trying to be relatively positive. No, that's it. That's all we've got. But that's why my rucksack weighs so much. That bag there, that bag of feeders. We'll see. It might just be a write-off. Let's look to the sky, watch out for boats and rowers. But this time of night now, most of them have gone. Roar. The old cow agrees. Billy no mates, a bit like me. Well, there's about 30 cows up there and Billy no mates. But if nothing else, out on the banks of the River Thames in the countryside, I have got a stiff quiver tip on. This is from the Trent. It's a 3-ounce quiver tip. I've left it on. My last river session, I qualified for Riverfest. So I had 8 bream. And this was perfect. 60g feeder, proper drop back bites, but a lot more flow and depth than what we've got here. So it couldn't be more different here. So, yeah, I hear you. So it's 8, I don't know how to tell, read a 24-hour clock, it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock. So we'll give this an hour and then we'll move. If we haven't had a bite after an hour, or if we've just been played by weed. I haven't set my landing net up. What an idiot. What an absolute plonker. That's the first job you always should do. But this is a breamy area. This is what they call the poplars. And the bream do live up here. But at this time of year, it's full of people, full of swimmers, joggers, boats, cows, and full of weed, unfortunately. We shall see. We shall see if it's full of fish. Like I say, I've got a few worms and some casters as well, and if I move swim, I'll feed them instead. Yeah, that cow agrees. Old Myrtle. Ooh, that was a rattle. That was a big old rattle then. I was getting distracted by the old dog drinking in the next gap. I'm probably going to get an odd dog. Come and see me, unfortunately. But we definitely had a tap anyway. So this is pretty much like fishing a still water, really. A very weedy one. I say it's a 16 up, but it's more like a 14. And it's strong and thick, so it will stay in. So I might have to give them a bit of stick, these fish. Can't see me doing a lot of twitching. I'm going to reel it in. We'll see if we're stuck fast in the weed or not. Okay, good. I reckon we'll catch one, you know. Getting it out of the weeds the next obstacle. We've had a rattle anyway. Got loads of them scattering. They're going bonkers. You see them? Full of fish. Absolutely full of fish. And minnows or what? More importantly, we want that to go around, don't we? But yeah, if I hit one, I'm going to have to stand up, I think. A lovely evening though. We've had a bit of a heat wave, and today it's just got a little bit more bearable, shall we say. Now I think that's going to be surrounded by a fish now, but what we want is the bream or a barbel, but really I'm bream fishing, quality fish fishing. Big roach, wouldn't go amiss either. Oh, that was a rattle. That was a definite rattle. In fact, I'm plucked by something. Please don't be a crayfish. But yeah, so far so good. We've had a clean cast and a couple of rattles. Oh, there you go, and again. But yeah, it's 12-foot distance rod, 90 gram. It's a beefy old rod. It's the same rod I got my 11-pound barbel out on. It was a bit undergun for that, to be fair. To be fair. Oh, I'm going to reel in again. Oh, what is that? We've got a fish on. How have we got a fish on? We foul hooked a fish. 6 mil. So we've caught, just not the fish we were after. Boom, that was a nice little dunk. Lots of rattles. Told you there'd be loads of fish around it. That's why I'm quite keen to put a mixture of particles in. I think he's beeping me, the daft bugger. It's 3/4 of the way across the river. Yep, he was definitely beeping me. There we are. Oh, that was a good bite, wasn't it? Didn't connect, but it was a good bite. Proper pulled down. Good, a bite. Proper bite. Alright, we'll keep everything as it is for now. But that really pulled down. I'm surprised we didn't connect. Oh, the bleak absolutely erupting on that then, and still are. Crikey. Well, we've had a rattle every single chuck, haven't we? And one proper bite that we've missed. So at least we know there's plenty of fish there. I would like to have had one by now, but you know, you often wait an hour, can't you, before you catch a bream or two. Two paddleboards about to wipe me out. Come on, you bream. That's not so good, is it? Let's put a smaller pellet on, which will be a bit waftier. And a smaller feeder, which will be a bit less sinkier. We'll stick to the little one for now.
make one, haven't we? Next time I cast, I'll film that eruption. Right, snack time. Right, I'm going to film this one. As soon as it hits, I'll show you the eruption. Where are we? Oh, it's not erupted. Oh, there it is, erupted. Right, I am not going to hit this until it proper whacks. Until that cover tip shaking and the fish is on it like a carb on it. Straight over it, then I'll boost cruise. Pellet's gone. Right over the top. Right, we had a speedboat go straight over the swim. I'm going to bottle it. I've got some old casters here. I'll start popping some of them in. Some of them will be floating, but that might help take some of the nuisance fish away. Keep popping a few of those in. I've got an 8mm pellet on now. I'm going to persevere for a bit with that. Clearly no shortage of fish in the river, just not the right ones taking our hook bait. I'm going to bottle it anyway and start putting more casters in. It's a mistake. I didn't see those ducks hiding behind the grass. Big feeder's going. Oh, just about. There we are. There we are. We got one. We got one. We got one. We have got one. There's a good fish. Yes, and it's a bream. Go over that bit of weed there. There's a big weed bed just there. Stay out. I think we're over it. Yes. We got one. Just about to say the old big feeder was going to have to go back on. But it did go a bit quiet. I've got the longest of landing nets because it's my little telescopic one. Gotcha. Nice big bronze one as well. It's got to be £4. Lovely. There we are, we got one. Slip you back, mate. It's about the right time for one to turn up. My unhooking mat is purely for unhooking now. Good, that was on an 8mm pellet as well. It had gone quiet, I wasn't getting so many signs. So, good. I had started to put a few casters in the mix as well. Don't know if that made a difference or not. Just sit on the mud. Oh, wow. Caught that. Oh, wow, did you see that? Oh, wow. Caught that. Oh, wow, did you see that? That was a big pike or something. Huge liner. And then an eruption. I bet that was a big pike hitting the line. The rod just went. I'm glad I went with this rod anyway, because it's definitely a pulling rod. I use an X-class 11'10" normally, but I just think you need a bit of grunt. That is on. That is on. It wasn't, it was just weed. I was just straight into the weed. Never found any fish on the end, just straight into the weed on the pickup. Oh, and again. Wow. Their bream frapper has attacked. Oh, wow. What are you doing, eh? What are you up to? Sound like the clangers. Well, we've had one bream. There's got to be more than one out there, hasn't there? Got to be more than one. But that was halfway back. Got 3 casters on, and the next trip we'll get some worms out. I think this will just get smashed to smithereens, but you never know. You never know. Get an eruption anyway. There it was. There we are. Have we got one? Have we got one? I think it's come off. I don't think it was on. It's a good bite. It was a good bite. That's a shame. That looked like a proper bite as well, didn't it? Gonna pop. Don't worry about it. These are a bit old and small, but they'll do. Oh, wow, I actually saw the fish then. Oh, wow, that was a huge pike. Clean through the water. That's what that savage bite was. Pike smashing through all those. I'll bite me bream in half, that one. I'm not sure the bream like that £10 plus pike in the peg. Ooh. Ooh. Yep. There we are, we got one. 2 worms. Oh, has he come off? I know he's still on. I can see the weed stems. I've sheared through the weed stems. Wow. You have to back wind. Wow. I wonder if we foul hooked it. It's kiting a lot. I can see the weed being sheared off. There's a big weed bed there. Stay out of that. Is it a bream? Wow. It is a bream. I think we foul hooked it. The way he's fighting. Maybe. Oh, he's in the back. He's definitely in the back. Or in the dorsal fin. Come on, mate. I wonder he's pulling so hard. Oh my God, yes. Whew. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to hook you there. Yeah, look. And the dorsal. I only just hooked. Lovely bronze bream again. I'll pop you straight back, mate. Well, we've had two, but that one wasn't in the mouth. You could see all the weed being sheared back on the way back. Nice fish. Well, we've probably cut a nice big channel back to us. Wow. Call David Attenborough. Yep. 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 Oh, is he off? Oh, he was off. He was on. He was on. Bugger. Didn't feel massive. Could have been a perch, I suppose. Oh yeah, look, nipped the end of my worms. Quick. Sorry about that. No fight. Wow, there he is. No fight. Wow, there he is. Amazing. What was that? Something just come out of the reeds there. Oh. I should have struck at that, but something came out of the reeds just there to look at me. He's on. He's on. He's on. Don't know what it is. It's not very big. Oh, it was on. It was on. Definitely wasn't very big. I'm just going to fish till that bowl's run out now. Well, that's good what it's down there, it can't get a bite. No weed either. I don't think there's any bream there now. I think we had an arrival and they've been and gone. I think what we've got is a perch and silvers. He's on. He's on. Yeah. I think that's what we've been losing. Oh, it's a big roach. And 2 bits of worm. Oh, it's a hybrid. They're pulling through the weed though. I've got a couple of feederfuls left. Not convinced they're there.